Hello everybody, Patrick here with Patrick Glenn Nichols Muscle Car Barn Finds, and I found a really special car. I'm just a few miles outside of St. Louis, Missouri, and I've stumbled upon a 1969 Mach 1 Mustang 428 Super Cobra Jet. Those of you Ford enthusiasts understand it's a very special car. A little over 3,300 of those cars were made in 1969, and they're very special today. The car that I have found here, just outside of St. Louis, Missouri, has been parked here just about 5 years, been off the road a little over 20 is the word that I have gotten. But this is a very rare car, a 428 1969 Mach 1 Mustang. So if you'll follow along with me now, I will take you in here where this car has been parked and stored. The word is that the owner that owns the car now purchased this car a little over 5 years ago from the owner, and the original engine is here, but it is not in the car. And now you can see the car. Now the car has been painted a dark blue, but this car was born the very popular candy apple red. And you 1969 Mach 1 enthusiasts understand that all Mach 1s came with a blacked out hood, and there was an option for the shaker hood, which this car was not born with. This car was a non-Ram Air or non-shaker hood version. I'll do a total walk around video of the car and the Marti report. Those of you who are familiar with the Marti report for the Ford, the Marti report has been ordered for this car, so we will review that document as well. So here we go. And I will lift the hood to give you the best idea of this car as we go around it. And you can see the shaker, not the shaker, the non-Ram Air hood, which was standard. It would have been a flat black when the car was new. And I will lift the hood now. When I arrived here earlier, there was all sorts of stuff that was piled on this car. The owner and I, just recently, just in the last few minutes, unloaded and removed all of the items that were stored on top of the car, which I have photos of the car before we removed that. Before this video, I definitely had to have the items removed off of the car. And we'll lift the hood now. Okay, this car came equipped with the optional front disc brakes, optional power steering, and those Ford enthusiasts understand that the Super Cobra Jet engines came with a oil cooler which had the provisions or cutouts in the radiator support for the hoses to run through right here. And you can see those are punched out for the Super Cobra Jet oil cooler. Again, the engine is not in here. It's in this building, which I will try to make my way to the back of the building and video that as well. You see the shock towers for the special 428 engine. And I'll do my best to give you to bring you this car just like it's sitting. Try to cover every inch of it that I possibly can. Really cool car, 1969 Mach 1 428, automatic. This is an automatic, which makes it pretty rare. Only about, according to the Marti report, 1,280 1969 Mach 1s with the 428 Super Cobra Jet engine had the optional automatic transmission. So just 1,280. That's really rare. One more time in the engine bay. And you can see there's some add-ons and things that are not factory, such as this cooler here and these fans. are not factory, of course. And the braided hoses are not. I want to make sure that I cover this car really well for all you Ford guys out there, you Ford enthusiasts or Mustang enthusiasts, so you can inform your own opinion about this car. Very special car. Back up here so you can see the whole car. And again, I like to point out some of the main facts a few times during the video, because I have a lot of people that don't watch the whole video and they send a lot of questions about something that was stated early, and they won't go back and review it. They'll just send a question. So again, it's parked here about 5 years. And I will go inside and give you a good shot of the interior. Now, all Mach 1 Mustangs had the wood grain, and it's my understanding that the earlier cars had a little paler version, a lighter version of wood than the later car. This car was assembled in January of '69, so it wouldn't be late, but I wouldn't call this car necessarily early. And you can see the automatic shifter has been altered. Been a sun tack added, and the speedo showing 45,000 miles. I'll let you form your own opinion on whether it's 45 or 145. And you see the Mach 1 and the black high buckets interior. All Mach 1 '69 Mustangs had high back bucket seat interior. Try to move the camera as slow as possible for you guys. I'll back out now again and review the tag in the door jam, which is totally broken down on the Marti report. If I can focus. All right, you can see 9 for 1969. The lighting is too bad. Gotta have the light on the camera in this dark garage. There's no way around it. So it won't focus on that data plate, but that doesn't matter because I will focus on the Marti report, which has every bit of that broken down in just a few minutes. Again, this car was born candy apple red, not blue, which makes it pretty popular or a really sought after car. Everybody knows the red cars and muscle cars are, in some people's mind, a class of their own. Really popular. And let's look in the trunk. And those of you Ford enthusiasts, you understand that the Super Cobra Jet engine had special rods, a special crankshaft, a special flywheel, and that's what this car was born with. And I'll do my best to give you an idea of just everything that is in this trunk. The drag pack option is not listed on this Marty report, which I believe was a $155 option. To my knowledge, if that's correct, it's not listed, so I do not believe this car was a drag pack option car. But I will let some of you Ford guys form your own opinion about that once we review the Marty report. It is not on there. Let's just leave that open. A lot of stuff stored on this old car, but it is going to be restored according to the owner pretty soon. Again, I'm here just a few miles outside of St. Louis, Missouri. The 1969 Mach 1 Super Cobra Jet 428 Mustang. Pretty much one of the cream of the crop Mustangs here. A lot of people consider the 69 and 70 the zenith of the muscle car era. And a lot of people would argue this 69 428 Super Cobra Jet to be at the very top of the muscle car era. Up there with the LS6 Chevelle, and the Hemi powered cars for the Mopar, and then one of these cars. I would have to agree. It'd have to get some votes from some people. Now, let's review this Marty report. Okay, now we have a glare, a little bit of a glare. So we will focus the best we can. Okay, we have the standard options, which with the 351 was standard on the Mach 1 Mustang. And then you come down to candy apple red, of course, no charge. And then the 428 engine with the non-ram air hood, 224, and you can see the automatic transmission, the translock differential, the optional ratio, axle ratio, which the 430 ratio was available. This car had the 391. And the breakdown of the codes. And there's the data plate. 69 Metuchen, New Jersey. Sports roof, which in prior years was considered the fastback. And the Q code 428 engine. And then the 63 Mustang Mach 1 sports roof. The T5 is the candy apple red paint. And the black high back buckets. And then there's the build date of January 69. And the Chicago ordering district. And then the 391. And then the C6 Cruise-O-Matic automatic transmission. And some of the facts from the Marty report are, the biggest fact that I, right off the bat, is the 1280 of the 428 Super Cobra Jet engines with the automatic transmission. And then some of these other facts are just neat facts, you know, power disc brakes, 8 with power steering, 6 with AM radios, so on and so forth. And then the statistics down here, 22,377 with a candy apple red, but there's the 1280 again, the 428, and the automatic, and then the total, 3,388 total. 428 Super Cobra Jet 1969 Mach 1s. So this is a very special car in the muscle car world. I will pan around it one more time for you guys. Again, please excuse any glare or anything in this video, because to capture this car right where it's sitting, it's not being moved today or tomorrow. So the only way to capture it is right here on site, just like we're doing it. I can't get to the passenger side, and sometimes that's just the way it is. Walk around here one more time. Give you a better look, the best look that we can of the passenger side. Car seems to be in really, really good shape. Been inside most of its life. It sure appears to be. And again, all the engine components and valve covers and so forth and so on. Oil pan in the trunk area. Now we'll walk back here real fast to the original engine block, which is on this stand. Do my best is to go over it for you, so all you Ford guys can stop and pause and look at this engine block. It does have the molded C in the back. The 428 engine. Again, the Super Cobra Jets had the special crankshaft, special rods, flywheel, and harmonic balancer or damper on the Super Cobra Jet engines, which this car was born as. Okay, so we will go back to the car now. Parked here about 5 years, off the road roughly about 20 years. I think there's a tag right here. Missouri, 98. May of 98. It's the last time it was inspected, so 20 years is about right. A little over 20 years since this car has been on the road. The guy purchased it with the engine and transmission not in the car, but they came with the car. Again, I'm Patrick Glenn Nichols with Patrick Glenn Nichols Muscle Car Barn Finds. I hope you enjoyed this video of this rare 1969 Mach 1 Super Cobra Jet 428 engine. One of 1280 with automatic and one of a little over 3,300 total for Super Cobra Jet 1969 Mach 1 Mustangs. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. More videos on the way.